All right, it's like a little after 3:30, and I don't know, I've been up for a while. It's like I keep waking up at 1:45 or 2. Like, fuck, I thought 3 o'clock was bad. And then I'll just get so tired in the afternoon. My eyes will just be killing me. And I swear to God, I can go and I don't even know how long I fall asleep. Every day it's just all chopped up. Just like I'll be doing this and I'll be doing that, and I'll just do a little of this and a little of that. And some of the days, I know I haven't fallen. Like when I had company and stuff, I was dying. I wanted to lay down and go to sleep. But I swear to God, the second I lay down, I'll just be totally out. And then it's really hard to wake up. It's like I'm gone and I'm totally aware of, like, it's weird. Last night I was totally aware, or like I was having this whole conversation. I was looking at this stuff. I was figuring it. It's so freaking weird. Like, it's so, everything in, like, not just reality, but it's like everything, like how I would see things or something. It's so different. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like, is like this such a disconnect. But it's also, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just weird. It's just so weird of how we were living before, and then how it starts switching, and you start seeing, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's so weird. I don't know how to explain it. But I'm so uncomfortable. Oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable. I know they're fucking just this fucking orange that keeps being here, where the whole fucking sky is like outside just becomes orange. And it's not like, the smoke or something like that. Somebody had said something about, is it the smoke covering the sun or something? But it's not. No, it's weird. It can be like blue, and then it's just like this totally different color just goes outside, and it's totally different. It's eerie. There's definitely spray stuff all over the place. Just like what W said, the Roundup. It does look, God, I'm uncomfortable. I can't get comfortable. And but it looks like Roundup is sprayed all over the place. That's for sure. And look, everything is just so strange. It's like things are going at different paces. Like we're all going at different speeds or something. Like it just is so weird. It's so chaotic. One thing too I saw, so I mean, it's already come out, whatever, with the burger with the E. coli thing. And which I think, confirmation, I think that is kind of that they were even saying ground beef. They just wanted to go out there just so they could make sure and say it was ground beef. Bullshit. It's not fucking ground beef. I swear to God, people need to be getting this shit and taking it down. And we need to be gathering evidence. We need to be taking this shit down. There's one girl who keeps doing these videos and keeps talking about all these class action suits. There is so many class action suits against, I mean, there's against Starbucks. They're sitting here saying that they're giving certain drinks and there's nothing in the drinks except grape juice and sugar. And so they are sued. There's tons of lawsuits. Like the airlines one, all these lawsuits that we don't even know about, these huge lawsuits. The airline one is about the price gouging. And Starbucks tried to get theirs thrown out, and theirs went through. The judge said that no, they sided on the side of the people. I think that's why they wanted to get some of these judges in there, because the judges they had sided on the side of the corporation. And so now we have, hold on. Now we have ones that are siding with us. And on my thing too, because especially being in such a progressive place, I'm not surprised that the attorneys would just be all, I think so many people are just so, it's so weird. It's like they get so caught up in their script that they don't even think about their character. And it's also so weird is I just saw this video of this a guy who was talking, and he was talking about his wife and talking about him, and he was talking about she's just so depressed and she's so upset. She just feels alone. She hates her relationship, all this stuff. And he was talking about a whole different thing about the man putting out energy and if that, how it affects the woman and stuff like that. But the thing that got me is he was saying that she said everything she tries goes wrong and she's so frustrated. And then he said, I totally get it because every single thing I try always goes wrong. This is what I keep trying to talk about. People keep trying to do things that they shouldn't be trying to do, and then they're frustrated because it doesn't go, it doesn't work, and then they think they're doing it wrong. No, the thing you're doing wrong is you're trying to force something. You got to go and tune into yourself and figure out what is your plan? What is your life path? You're trying to do things that isn't on your life path, so of course it's not going to go right. If you're doing things on your life path, it's going to go smoothly. It's going to go seamlessly. If you're trying to do things that aren't, then it's going to keep blowing. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to fall apart. Because you're supposed to be asking yourself, you know, your priorities. What are you doing this for? And stuff. But people just don't. They don't question themselves or ask themselves or try and go deeper into themselves or anything. They just think, well, you know, I want this. I want to be famous. I want to be rich. And that is all there is to it. So I'm going to pursue that dream of being rich and famous. And then not, I mean, it's weird. It's weird. Some people want to be rich and famous just for, I don't even know. Like, it's weird. It's like, what are you putting out there? You're lip syncing and that's going to make you rich and famous. Like, what about all those other girls lip syncing? Like, you're all doing the same damn thing. But you all want to be famous for it? How many lip syncers do we need in the world? So anyways, but if you're pursuing something that isn't what you're supposed to be doing, it's going to go wrong and you're going to be frustrated. And that seems to be such a common thing. That's why I keep talking about it. People don't see that you have something that you would pursue that would go completely right. The things you're supposed to be here learning about, it would go right. Everything would go right. And you wouldn't find that same frustration of everything going wrong. And another thing too, I saw this guy, he had a whole bunch of videos, but I didn't listen to them all. Because there's all these people still, September 23rd, September 23rd. I don't know. I kind of weirds me out is how often in my number thing that I have seen 223, no, it would go 222. And then when I would see it, and it would switch to 223 all the time. Oh my God, 222 would switch to 223, 222, 223. And I would always be thinking, like, there's got to be something. And then plus it has the 23 in it. And 23 I see all the time too. And so, I don't know. To me, it seems like something. Like these numbers are something. I don't know what they are. I don't know what's going to go down. The thing about the burgers, like a woman was saying that her daughter works at one of those places, and that they told her daughter all the employees don't eat any of the burgers, and they even bought them pizza. So I don't know what's in. I mean, there was this video of a girl eating one, and she's showing how cheesy and how good it is and how ridiculous we all are. You know, she's getting her good old 50-cent burger or whatever. And, God, to get people on the burgers. God, that's disgusting. And there is seriously no telling what they've consumed. And I'm sure some with some kind of experiment, but it's just also disturbing. It's disturbing to just watch people just walk into the cage over and over and over. It's like, oh my God, this is rough. But this one other guy, he was talking about the, let's see, because they were talking about September 23rd. And then this other guy was talking about it. And then he was talking about the solar flash too. And he was saying, oh, because he was going, everybody keeps waiting for Nassar Gassar. Everybody keeps wanting all this, oh no, he called it the quantum system. Everybody keeps wanting this quantum system and all that stuff. And he said, I don't see how that would go. Because how is he saying it? Because to me, because the reason I'm saying is because I know there's lots of people out there saying different things. And so he was saying there's more than one sun, which I've been saying. There's something weird. I mean, I've said there was a fake sun for a long ass time. But there's so much more discussion now about this whole thing now that, more people are aware of the fake sun. And then it's like, okay, so the real sun is a portal. It's not really, but this other thing that they're doing, to me, they're putting some kind of a lens to make it hotter or something. They're doing something. And I don't know if it's all this aluminum and shit they've sprayed in the air. I've heard that too. But it's definitely, there seems to be more than one sun. And it seems like that is something that a lot of people are in agreement with. There's not just one sun up there. And then this guy, he was saying that the solar flash is going to be the first thing. Like nothing's going to happen until we have the solar flash. And I don't see that at all like that. I see it as the money has got to crash under Joe. Is like a big thing. That has been a big thing since this whole thing started. They could not have the money crash under Trump, even though he was the one who went in and bankrupted everything. He did all this paperwork to bankrupt the corporation. So he put that step into effect. I think he started doing it like immediately in 2016. So then he bankrupted the corporation. And then he did stuff like clearing out the Federal Reserve and stuff. There was a lot of stuff he did. Like he was backing them in a corner. And so the money and the government thing, the government thing has to go down. And they're leaning so much into that, so much into the corruption, Joe, bringing all these people back out on the stage. So it's like they're preparing for this big government thing to go down. They keep dropping all these breadcrumbs, showing all this stuff, bringing all these people back on the stage. All these people like, I'm 85, but I'm gonna, and Feinstein, she looks like she's just reanimated to sit there in the chair. She looks like she's dead. All these people, they were fucking, and they're probably off the chrome. They probably are dying. They probably need that stuff to stay alive at this point. Like, I don't know. I mean, what you get yourself into with being a vampire. And there's a whole weird thing this girl is just having a fit about. Because they've released a whole thing now of, there was nobody who had RH negative who should have got these. Like, it is something bad with RH negative or something. I don't know. She's having a fit. And she said, if they would have put this out, nobody would have got it. If they would have said that, but they said it after the fact. Then they added it into whatever, where they tell you about this shit. So now they've put in a new clause about this RH negative shit. So I don't know. It's just going to keep being this nonsense. It's going to keep blowing up. It's like the confirmation. The medical has got to be taken down. And we got to see. So it's going to be, just tons of exposing just bullshit. And I'm sure there's a lot of class action suits going on with that too. And so the one guy who was saying that he thought there was going to be the solar flash, and then we start having all this other stuff, then everything's going to start changing. But there's certain things that have to happen. And to me, the financial thing, they have to have the financial collapse. It's been collapsing in all these other places. America has to have this big, again, I think, it seems kind of like Canada and America, and I think Australia and England. I think it's like we're all going together. Oh, yeah. And over in, I think it's Sweden, shit is getting crazy. Like, look, there's some of these places that are taking these people on, like, are just totally fighting. I don't even remember all the stuff that's going on over there. If they are, I can't remember. You'd have to look it up. It has to do with the Netherlands, the farmers, and a lot of stuff. And so that's getting wild over there. But so over here, oh yeah, in the Canada, this is so disgusting. This is absolutely so motherfucking disgusting. And I just don't even get, like, if people read these kind of things and get it. But there's another article on Canada, and this, they're figuring out how to harvest the organs when they euthanasia these people, because the organs are still good. There's nothing wrong with the people. They're just euthanasiaing them because, I mean, they're depressed or autistic or something. But everything's good. There's nothing wrong with them, so they can take those parts. So they got all that, what they're trying to, it's so fucking disgusting. I just, oh my God, it's just, oh, it's so sick. And fucking Trudeau, God, what a fucking scroungy garbage person. Oh my God, just to see his smug motherfucking face, I just want to bitch slap him so bad. He's such a motherfucking phony. I keep seeing people sharing these speeches and shit. And one of them now, he's just copying another guy. But this other one, he is sitting there putting down people who talk about flat earth. They're such imbeciles. And just doing this whole thing, talking smack on people who think for themselves or look at flat earth or any of that stuff. The desperation to keep us in the dark, and how some of these players just, oh my God, it's just, oh, he's so disgusting. But I mean, it's Fidel's son, so who knows how how he thinks, how he was raised. Their whole thing is just so weird. They're all so fucking creepy. But anyways, so the money thing has to crash. That's a big part of the whole taking down, because it's like the money was a part of the deception, part of the control, part of the enslavement, and there's just all that stuff when the Rockefeller stuff comes out. When they say it was just like they set it up so much on purpose. Like J.P. Morgan and Rockefeller, they seem to be some really, really rotten people. So the money thing has to crash under Joe. That was like a big thing that has to go down. It has to, the blame of America crashing, the money, everything has to go under this certain group of people. So it has to, we have to be close. I mean, they're trying to take him down, and I don't know if they're going to interlink it. I mean, the whole thing of having Zelensky come here begging for more money. This video of him out dancing, I swear to God, there were so many of these people who just, it seemed like there was a seamless movement from sex worker or sex entertainment into politician. Seems like they were maybe looking for who to elevate and, make the puppet in sex places. This footage, it comes out with Zelensky and his dancing and stuff. It's just like, oh my God. And the same with Pence too. There's like, you get videos of him and his little It's weird too, because he seems very flaming, and he was so anti-gay. Yeah, but I think he was found in a gay bar doing some dancing or something. I don't know, maybe he was a gay entertainer. I don't know. But there's just all this weird fakeness in this world. But the money thing has to go down under Joe. That is going to be the first thing I think that's going to go, is going to be the money. I think it's right on the edge. I think all of this big show about, he's come to beg for another $6 billion, and it'll be Joe will be handing it off, and then it'll be, the news talking about, like, how did he do this? Where's this money coming from? And I'll have these other politicians saying, oh, the debt ceiling we've reached it, we've got no money. It's going to be a whole fucking show. And then however they're going to do it, just driving prices up, and however it's going to go, it's going to collapse. And then it's going to be, and it's still, no matter what, how many of these people keep thinking, oh, it's just the bank. The bank's trying to steal your money. The bank's trying to steal your money, but your money still has value. The money has no value. I don't get, I don't understand what is wrong in people's minds. How are you not putting this together? The money, the system, the financial system, the money, it was all fucking fake. It was fake. Just because you were trading it around and saving it up and spending it, it was fake. And you bought into a fake system. And, it's just, I don't know what else to say about it, except for, it wasn't ever real. It wasn't ever, you could never get ahead. You were never going to get, just like on the mortgage thing, is on all the debt. So when you have debt, they go to your fund, because the government, we're their chattel, their collateral, their chattel. That's what they call it. Like, we're cattle, we're their collateral, we're their chattel. So anyways, us working is what gives value to the American dollar. They base it all on us working, where it used to be they had gold and silver, but then these money hoarders, they wanted to take all the gold and silver and then play games with each other, and then have us all just chasing this money where we think it still has value, but it doesn't have any value because they took the gold and the silver. So now the other countries that are going on the gold, going on to the gold thing. Now they're saying, well, your money has no value. Ours is all based on gold. Yours is based on paper. You have no value. So we're not taking your money to buy supplies from us. You can't buy our gasoline. You can't buy our food. You can't buy our clothes. You can't buy anything because you're trying to use paper and we're using gold. And so that is the collapse of the dollar, because it's not real. It has no value. And now people are calling us out on it having no value, because before everyone was trading shit that had no value. But then when all of this started changing, when they started taking down the bad guys, they started going back into things having a value. And that's why how they inflated the prices and stuff. But on the birth certificate, you have an amount. It's weird. I don't know how all of their factors, but it's just like running the ponies or something. Like for a gambler, we're like the ponies. And so, and then there's stock and trading and shit on it. And it has to do, I mean, it seems like the same thing to me as with the ponies, is like you can have one that doesn't seem like it's going to do well, and then it just comes out and does well. And so, that's what they're kind of all watching, and, oh, that's a dud and stuff. So, I don't know how close down, but anyways, that's what it is like we're the ponies. I keep seeing like this, like, because I went out with a gambler for a while, and that paper, and it will say about the different ones and stuff. And then you decide, like, it's 20 to 1, 10 to 1, 5 to 1, and all that stuff. And so that's what they do on us. And so the trading thing has to do with us and the working, and then they put pressure on us and uh, mind control us to get us to do what we're supposed to, what they want us to do. But all of our debt is already paid. So as soon as you accumulate debt, they pull it out of that account, your trust, the amount that's traded on you. They take that to cover your debt, but then they tell you, the person, that you need to pay back all of that money that was taken out of your trust. So they try and make you pay back your debt. So they send a statement, this bill of sale or whatever, in order to get us to pay back the money they've taken. So it's this whole corrupt thing. The whole thing of the way that they have it set up, the way they take the money, and then the way that they tell us that now we need to pay them back. So on this house thing, I'm going to write this Gary guy, the one who's signed all this stuff. Like, there's no judge signature. This is a signature of the guy from the whatever it's called, the debt collection of the mortgage company or something. I don't know what his title is. They always got to have some fucking titles. And so, oh, and another one who's being sued, did I already say this one, is the realtors. The Realtor Association is being sued. It's corrupt as a motherfucker. As I've said all fucking time. All the whole fucking thing with developers, realtors, all of them. It's like, you guys need to check your moral compass. And I don't know how many of them are going to go down, but, you know, I mean, I don't know if how many of those places were involved with selling of parts and kids and whatnot, but just their corruption, just their crimes against humanity, and just, you know, not caring. And that's what I'm going to tell this guy in the letter. I'm going to send the information about that judge that already has deemed it the MK, and also he's deemed all debt is illegal. That MK Christopher.com. You can look up his website, but he's that postmaster judge. And now they have another postmaster guy who's out doing some investigation. See, there's something with this split, with the how the government was. There's something with, like, the postmaster and the sheriff isn't under the corporation. It's like they created the corporation, and then they made all of the elements to create it. But the sheriff and the postmaster was pre to their stuff, I think. And so the postmaster is doing some more investigation. See, there's going to be more stuff like that, where they'll take things down and people down and stuff for their corruption. But the realtor class action suit thing has something to do with the buyers having to pay the 3% for the realtors and the 3% for both realtor, the seller and the buyer. Oh my God, this is just, oh, this is driving me crazy today. Hold on. It keeps raining here too. Just all of a sudden, like, I'll open the door and it's just like raining. And I'm sure that's just to get chemicals on us. But anyway, so this lawsuit thing with the realtors is going. And so the realtor I saw talking about it, I don't know. She was saying it's going to improve things for buyers and stuff. It's like, we're not headed in that direction. You know, we're not going to have realtors involved. We're not going to have lawyers involved. If we want to buy a house, we're just going to go up to a person and say, hey, I want to buy your house. and they say, okay, well, this is how much it is. And then we set it up with them, however it's going to be. We go through them. We don't have to do all this other bullshit. We're going to go back to way more of like a handshake, way more back to like integrity. It's not going to be, you know, us trying to screw people over and stuff. That was like the old kind of ways that people did things. And, you know, it's going to be way more on the up and up, and the quantum thing. So I don't know, you know, but we're definitely not going to be using realtors. There's going to be a lot of jobs that people had in the 3D that are not going to exist in the later. You know, maybe there will be some realtors, you know, maybe for a while there will be, but in the future of where we're headed, it's going to be, no, it's going to be different. There's going to be a lot of things that we needed to maneuver through this system, you know, lawyers, because of the fucking language barriers, and same with all of those things. It was to maneuver through the system, but they all corrupted. And so that is, that's why I say, like, they need to check their own moral compass. They found loopholes for themselves to get rich and for them to take from us. Because that's the thing with this class action lawsuit, is they've added on all these charges. The real estate companies are adding on these things and stuff. And so, you know, they're going to be, all the corruption is going to keep being exposed. All the nonsense, all the bullshit, all the shit that we've had to put up with is going to continue to be exposed. And so, yeah, the money thing is going to be, it has to go down under Joe. That has been this whole fucking thing. And I think the other day he said he wasn't going to run. Trump's going to win anyways, or something. Like, he's going to keep saying stupid ass shit because that's what he's there for. He's there to play this part. It's not even the real Joe. And so the money has got to go down out under him. As soon as the money goes down, it's going to be just like, oh my God. And it's going to just start taking down government and government. It's going to expose all this corruption, all this laundry, all of this stuff that they've been doing. It's just going to, as soon as one of the things goes, it's just going to start go, 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 go. And it's going to just, it's going to take down a lot. But a lot of things have already been taken down. This is just part of the show. And so it's going to seem like, fuck, a lot of shit is going to go suddenly. Like, we've all been sitting here waiting and waiting, like, when's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? But when it starts happening, I think it's going to start going super fast because it's already been happening. We just haven't seen it. And so then it's going to start being on the stage where we're going to start seeing it. But there's a lot of shit that has to go kind of fast because this, the money thing has to collapse in order to move forward on all the rest of the stuff. So to me, I still say the money is going to collapse first. That's going to take down the government. It's going to take down all, once that all starts going, it's going to be like the toilets flushing, and it's going to just take everything down with it that was all corrupt and rotten. And then we got to see, and then it's going to show where certain people are involved, and there's going to be this whole switching of turning everything upside down. So whereas a person who was like a realtor, who was out there just, you know, making sure their pockets got stuffed, not really caring about other, well, you know, they had to pay it over the long run, whatever, all their corrupt bullshit that they made sure that they got richer. Well, that is it's going to be very shameful. It's going to hurt their soul when they realize it, when they realize how they were, you know, immoral, that they were taking. They were like, there's a whole lot of things when you're not listening to your soul. When you're not listening to your soul, you know, you think you're getting away with shit, but you're not going to be able to stay. You can't keep not listening to it. And as soon as you start listening to it, all that shit that you were doing is going to make sure you know, no, and you're going to feel like shit. Because there is this duality to you. You aren't this thing that you think you are in this three-dimensional outfit. You aren't just a soul, because you have the ability to be a soul and be into this three-dimensional outfit that seems to have a mind of its own. So it is you who have to come into union. You have to pull yourself. You have to pull your strength. You have to find who you are. And so all of these, if you were listening to your soul, then you were you weren't getting yourself into more problems. If you weren't listening to your soul and you were doing things that were just immoral, unethical, and stuff like that, and you thought, well, this is what this world's all about. I got to do what I got to do. I got to survive. I got to get a paycheck while my boss says to do it and all that stuff. Then when it switches, then you're going to feel the impact of it. That is where I say, where you're going to see your true self. You're going to have to face your real self, not this part of you that you thought you were just trying to survive. You're going to see yourself at your core. You're going to have to feel it. So all of these people who have done corrupt shit to hurt other people and thought it was okay, it's going to impact them. They're going to get the impact of what they've done. That, like what I said, like the energy you've been putting out is going to come back on you. And so throughout your life, in this 3D world, if you, oh my God, this is just gonna go and go and go, God. I just wish this would hurry up. Fuck. It's gonna be so disappointing if, not a big significant thing happens. I just, every fucking weekend, it's like, please, please let this be the weekend the banks close and don't open back up. So excited to see that one in Southern California last Friday. And then people who banked there already knew there was problems because it was showing up on their online thing. Their money was disappearing and shit, and they all went down to the bank. And and then that's when the bank managers were like, oh, it's all covered under the insurance. There's not shit covered under the insurance. It's not real fucking money. There's nothing there. It's fake. That's why they want to do it digital, because they can even be more fake. And so the digital the quantum one that we're going on, that one's based on gold. The one they want to take us on is based on your compliance. That's what they want us on. And it's all just, they can give you money or not give you money. They can do what they want. They can make you live in a shack. And those ones in Hawaii, and plus, to build it that fast, it fucking looks like a goddamn Auschwitz. Like, it's fucking horrible. And you want to move these, oh my God, I'm so fucking sick of this government fucking I'm so sick because it's not just the goddamn, it's the people who, just like what I'm talking about, these unethical, immoral, people who are out there participating that keeps this system going. It's like they all have to face themselves. They all have to see, fuck, that place is horrible, horrific. Like, it is so motherfucking creepy. And then they want to be like, oh, they're doing people a favor and they're making this housing and a safety. And it's so bullshit. But I think that, probably will be that Oprah's land will be confiscated. Probably, I don't know about all of the celebrities that are there. Like, not every celebrity is rotten. Some of them are trying to hide from the rotten people too. Because who was that? Oh yeah, Chris Evans. Like, I think he's like a big heartthrob to a lot of people. And he said he's left Hollywood. He's moved back to Massachusetts. He doesn't want to play Captain America. He said if some great script or something comes, that maybe he could go back. But he's out. He don't want to be involved with this stuff. And lots of people. There's lots of people. But then also, you got to remember, they have people on contracts. They have manipulation. They have all sorts of stuff where they'll pull people in and force them to do things, force them to say things. And, because that's what their business is creation of idols, creation of people to lead us, mislead us. Oh, my God, hold on. She is not happy today. She's whining and crying. She doesn't want any medicine. She just wants to whine and cry. She wants to move around. And she was just snoring her head off. And she was in the bedroom. I wasn't sure she was in the bedroom. And I was in there. I was just so uncomfortable. I kept turning and turning and turning. I was like, fuck, I gotta get up. Everything hurts on me so much. And I know that has got to be with the chemicals and the frequency. And so it's this autoimmune thing too. Because if that whatever the Epstein-Barr thing, when you get that as a sign that your body's gone into some autoimmune problem, which I'm sure, I don't want to feed that energy, but I was always sure that that's why it was sent with my joints hurting, because there's so many people in my family with all this autoimmune taking. My sister goes and gets transfusions. Like, she has to go and sit and get transfusions, just like what they used to do for people with chemo. So she has to go get some kind of thing like that. And so, I'm sure that is the autoimmune thing, but it's just so fucking painful. And it's whatever it is that they do, they know how to, with whatever chemicals, they know it's going to cause inflammation, they know it's going to bother. It's just so aggravating. Just makes it that much harder, I swear. Like, I kind of, there's sometimes when these people are all leaving, and especially when they leave real quick, and it's like, God, I feel like, fuck, I was kind of lucky. Because, God damn, this is rough. There's just so many things that are rough about it. Like the pain, the daily pain, just going through the whole thing of it, how weird everything is. It's just like a lot of things where it's like, fuck. Man, I no shame on any of these people that are just abruptly leaving this game. It's like, fuck, what did I get myself into? And fuck, I don't know. I know things are gonna get better when things turn. But we also, it's going to be so bad when things turn, because people are going to get so fucking mad and so outraged. There's already so much anger, and they just keep bringing more and more immigrants. This is the strangest thing. There is like 3,000 more. I think the guy counted 160 boats or something, some ridiculous amount of these long boats, and they all match. It's like all these boats full of these immigrants just coming over here, and all these other countries. You see footage in, there's a little village like off of Italy, I think. And it was like a island where 5,000 people lived. And now they've dumped off 6,000 more. It's like wall-to-wall people. And the people who have lived there, they're like, what in the hell? Why are you dropping these people? We don't have the food or resources for this. It's just like, this is getting so wacky. So you've more than doubled the population on this island that, they were all doing fine. But now you've put all this stress on them. But they're doing that all over the place. They're doing it in New York. They're doing it in Chicago. They're doing it in all sorts of places, everywhere. It's like, where are these people coming from? Are they going into these villages and they're asking people to live? Like I said, is this some sort of evacuation that they're just not telling us because they know the cataclysm is coming, and they know, the map is changing? And so are they taking people that are in places that are going to be destroyed and moving them to land masses that are not going to be destroyed? Like, it seems weird. It seems something like that to me, because it's so weird. Like, why all of a sudden would all these people be wanting to leave their homes and come over here and then, live in the streets? And then you got all these people who are so mad, and we're about to go into winter. Like, there's just so many things. And then the whole thing too is we can't get mad about immigrants coming here. This isn't our land. This ego thing where they get us to be like, this is our land, this is America, this is this is the earth. We're humans. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. We can walk around. You know, it's not up to these people who want to guard the borders and shit where we go. It's up to us. It's up to the earth. It's not up to them. And for them to step in and sit here and do that. But the whole thing is how weird this is all of a sudden, because all these people are coming from all over, just like thousands and thousands that I've seen. There's a whole huge caravan coming. They're walking through some forest. Then you got, and that one's a huge amount of people. Then all these boats, that's a huge amount of people. Then they've got these trains coming. They're loaded down with people. Like, they are moving so many people that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that all these people are willing to leave their homes and come to a foreign place and try and make it. Like, there's just so much going on. And then to take them all to the bigger cities, because these are like villagers and shit. Go drop them off out into parts of Arizona, parts of Nevada that are not inhabited. And they could go in and make a village. They could go in and create a whole town. And instead of going and, getting them started, even in a small town that has like some stuff, they're having them go to all these big cities where they're closing down stores, they're putting up camp, like it's all this whole setup thing. And then they're getting so many people who are in these cities and in these places that they're beginning to fight over resources and shit. And then what was it? Because it was another thing I saw last night, where it was like, oh my God, they are setting up all this bullshit with the immigrants and the citizens. And but the citizens have to realize the immigrants aren't doing anything wrong. We all have the right to go wherever we want. And we can't be telling them this is our land, you can't be here and stuff. That is them implanting this division, this ego and stuff, because that is not human rights. Human rights, we could go wherever we want. And that's what we all want, to be open up. Like, we should be able to go wherever the fuck we want. We want to fucking just mosey over here, mosey over there. We should be able to go wherever we want. That's what we got to start being more like, well, I don't need papers to go anywhere. All these people are just going about their business, going from place to place. We have the same rights as them. And that's where the breakdown has to come, because I'm telling you, the immigrants moving around the world, around the countries and stuff, they're humans on their planet. They can go where they want. The government to come in and start telling people, like, we have to have papers, we have to have license, we have to have passports, we have to have ID, we have to have tax, all this shit that we got to pay all these taxes and shit on. And so that's bullshit. But this outrageous part, what we have to see, but then it also has this awakening part that brings up this anger and this in you, so you can see. So you got to see, like, the hypocrisy. Like, you want freedom, but you don't want these people to have freedom. Like, they're the first ones taking the steps to freedom. And I still think there's something weird about the way that they're moving people around that makes me really feel like it is definitely more of an evacuation, a peaceful evacuation. They don't want it to be a chaotic one. So trying to get people in, but they're also putting people in places that are dangerous, like Chicago, like New York. And so, but they are also trying to create this chaos and this civil war, because as soon as they create the chaos and civil war, which they'll do it themselves. They'll use instigators, they'll use people in costumes, and then they'll say it's other people, but they'll create the chaos that they want to get the outcome, so that they can say, well, now we have to have the UN step in. The government can't even handle this. Like, we don't know how they're going to play this out. Like, it's all a big show, and they're going big on this show. So, to me, it seems that the money thing is going to crash, which could be any day. I've been saying that for a while. Like, I can't believe they've held it up this long. And it's wackadoo crazy that people think that they can just go down and get their money and hide it and they'll be good. It's like, it's the actual money that has no value. It's the actual money that has no value. The money has no value. The money has no value. You can hold it all day long. You can hide it. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it, but you're just playing. You may as well just get your Monopoly game out and get that money out and hide it. It's the same shit. I it just blows my mind how this is so hard for people to have it sink in. It's just like, how is this not sinking in? So strange. But as soon as the money crashes, it's going to take down the government. It's going to take down the corruption. It's just going to start going, and that's going to start pissing people off. We've already got all of these class action suits going. I'm guaranteed there's a bunch of them against probably hospitals, probably doctors' offices, probably pharmaceutical, all sorts of shit. Like this RH negative, that's going to start a big one. Like this girl has already got a whole group of people that are all in there, that'll get started. So all of these different class action suits are going to keep exposing the corruption in the medical and stuff. And the lawsuits are what's going to keep taking stuff down, because they're not going to have the money to pay for how much money. And that's part of the show too, because a lot of this money is all being confiscated in order to go back to the people. So, the same with Oprah's land and shit. I just bet that is going to go back to the people. Like, what they need to do with this little fucking weirdo camp that they've built up is, put all the government in it. They want to be on an island so bad. Put them on that. Leave them in their little fucking village that they hook up some propane tanks to all their little houses, or some little gas tanks or whatever. See how it goes for them. It's like so fucking creepy. Like they could just go hook something up while you're sleeping at night, and then you just don't get up the next day. And then they unhook it, and then they go out and say, well, we've got a new breakout. Everybody's going, nobody can leave here. We don't know what's going on. It's fucking so. But so as all this stuff is going on, and all these class action lawsuits and stuff is going to keep exposing, this shit is going to keep coming out. Outrageous shit. Like, I've seen so many people get so upset because of things that they should have told that was released. So it was information that was released, but then it was censored. So now people are seeing like they didn't get the full picture and the full story, and they're getting really mad. So that's going to be taking down the media because of censorship. So class action lawsuit on all of that shit. That's going to be one part where people are going to start putting money into their own accounts because of the money that'll go back to them for all of like this reparations. It's a way to get money back to the people. And so through all of that, while all these class action suits are going, while this stuff is going, where people start finding out their families didn't have to die, or, it is going to go crazy. That's when things are going to just go crazy. And we're going to have just like lots more violence, lots more craziness. And then they're going to have to try and stop that. And I don't know if that's when they'll start trying to do something with money, but there's going to have to be this purge part. There's going to have to be this angry part, because that is a part of the process. So the people have to go through, and any of us who woke up, we all went through that. We went through, we still struggle with the anger and the, frustration of this stuff that's going on that we can't do anything about. But, the waking up for a lot of us, like there was weeks of not sleeping, just thinking about where's the kids? What are the kids like? What are, like, oh my God, that was hard. And that was way before this Hawaii thing. That was just when you started finding out, like, and there's so much more stuff coming out now too with the testing of all of the drugs and the medications. Like CIA files showing about that they were testing like acid, like serious drugs on college students without them knowing. And I said, like, the whole thing with colleges was like way different than what people thought anyways. It was like a way to get kids from all other places to come there. They're away from their parents. Is a way that you can kidnap kids, steal them, try like all different stuff, and test on them, like money funneling shit, a way to get idols. So you can say, oh, this professor from Harvard, listen to him. He's so smart. And he could be a fucking sex worker. He could be one of the people on fucking Zelensky's dance team for all we know. Like, they just say whatever the fuck. They just put people in positions. They give people titles. And then they want to hold these titles over us like these people are better than us. And but people got to see it for themselves. You got to see what it is they're trying to do. But and to me, it's when all that shit is, all of the anger and the frustration that people have, that is what's going to bring the solar flash. I think the solar flash is not going to be first thing, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have more volcanoes and earthquakes and all that, because we are at this cataclysm time, this time of change. This isn't one of their resets. This is a planetary reset. This is like a whole shift happening in the universe. This is like another big bang kind of thing. This is like a big jolt and a big energetic jolt that is going to occur. So that is, and that's why I think why they're moving all these people around, because I would be so curious, like if we could know, where are they all coming from? Who's left in these places? Are a lot of these places emptying out? Are they taking certain villages and moving them all over the place? Like, it's very strange. I don't know. But I am definitely, to me, just look at the doomsday map and just see. The doomsday map, to me, shows what the future is going to be like on this planet. But I think all of the anger and the frustration is going to be the energy that is going to be going out. It's going to be intense. And the awakening part, when people see, and we have all these people, like, it is mental. These people are just like, everything's going crazy, but Jesus will be here soon. We have nothing to worry about. And they'll do these videos of just dancing. Like, no problems, no worries. Jesus is coming. Everything's fine. Jesus is going to be here. And what was that? There are all these wacky things. Like, I don't know. We have the people waiting for Jesus. We have like all these different groups or something, like waiting for this stuff. Like, there's different people who have different ideas of stuff that's going to go down. And what was I going to say? Because okay, oh yeah, because the people who are all waiting on Jesus, and then people waiting on the solar flash, they think the solar flash will be first. Just a bunch of different things. But when these things don't happen the way they think, like when Jesus doesn't come and things get worse, especially if a whole shit ton of people are, there's already so many people living, a huge amount of people at the same time. So there's lots of people leaving, but whatever's going to get these people to see something different. So all these people, when they see something different, when they all of a sudden see like the truth, and that is going to be a huge energy. That is going to, not just the anger, but for the people to see like Jesus isn't coming. Like, what are we going to do? Like, that's going to be a big energy, because there's so many of them. There's so many people who aren't seeing the truth. And I don't know. I think what I see is the truth. It's what I see, I don't know. So I mean, everybody thinks that they see, they know, but we'll see how things play out. Oh yeah, because on the house thing too, I'm going to call that guy out. And I'm going to tell him, you know, you are committing crimes. You're committing crimes against humanity. And I'm going to also ask him to show me the deed and all this stuff, make them jump through some hoops, and ask them how it is that they can come for money from me when they've already collected it from my trust. So things that they think that we don't know about, and I don't even think they all know about it. But I was like, well, maybe that'll plant a seed. Maybe that'll plant a seed in the office, and the guy will start talking about it, and they'll all start talking about it, and they'll all realize they're being used by a bunch of gangsters, and they'll leave their job. You know, that's the thing, is people got to see. You're playing a part, but you're playing a criminal part because you're just doing what you're told. You're not, caring about other people. You're not seeing other people's rights. You're not seeing other people's perspective. You're just there for the money makers to make more money. And I think that's going to be a hard thing for people to wake up to. I think there's a lot of people who have been out there living certain lives, working certain jobs and stuff, that when they realize it's going to be a hard thing to see themselves the way they're going to see themselves. I think there's going to be a lot of that. A lot of people just so upset with themselves, so disgusted by themselves, just feeling so much shame, not wanting people to know what they've done and stuff. And it may not even be as bad as what you would think, but to them, it's going to feel overwhelming because they're going to be feeling it through their soul. And so it's going to feel like they're the worst person in the whole wide world, that they're just disgusted by themselves. And that is where I'm always saying you got to treat yourself right, because you got to know, if you don't realize, then you are going and doing things that you're going to end up feeling bad about. So you got to be more mindful and think things through more, so that you're not going and just doing stuff so that you have to feel that feeling. But if you do go through it, it's for learning. So it's all for learning. It's not like, you're a bad person, like you're going to feel like a bad person. That doesn't mean you are a bad person. Oh, my tea, I forgot. So, but anyways, so you have all these people talking about, what's going to happen because it's the 22nd, the 23rd, and there's all this stuff, which that may not be a big giant thing, There's been so many of these dates where they've this portal, that portal, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. There still is going to be stuff that's going to happen, but it may not be on the grand scale that we're looking for. But still, there is going to be one of these weekends where the banks are not going to ever open up again, and they're going to close, and they are going to do just like what they said in that show, on the X-Files movie. The banks will close on a Friday. People won't know. They'll go over the weekend, try and get money. The money won't be able to come out of the ATMs. So they'll plan on going to the banks on Monday, but there's going to be full. There's going to be tons of people at all the banks. And then people are going to know, oh, well, we got a problem. And who knows if people are going to show up to work. I mean, that one bank manager was out there trying to calm people down and telling them their bank was covered by, all their money was covered by insurance. It's not. It's all fucking fake. The whole fucking thing is fake. They just didn't want the banks to start getting burnt down right then. But that's the kind of shit that's going to happen. People are going to get fucking pissed. People are going to get so pissed. Now it's cold. Oh, yeah, and so now I remember why I didn't go live the next day after I went live that other day. Because I didn't know, and it's showing up. It is showing up in all my videos. All the videos. So the live ones are showing up under my videos section on my phone now. But that next morning when I was looking at it and I was thinking about going live again, and the other ones were still downloading, that's why I didn't. I was like, oh my God, this is still downloading. No matter what I do, it's going to hold it back more. And so yesterday when I had done that video in the morning, it was almost done downloading when I went live. And then when I went live, it slowed it all the way down. It took like 8 hours to download it. So, and the other one just kept downloading and downloading and downloading. I don't even know when it turned. I might have done it this morning when it finally finished downloading. So whatever it is, something with the live ones, like y'all can see them quicker, but it's something weird about the downloading for me. And it holds all the other videos back. So I don't know. I still don't have a bunch of people going, oh, please go live, just go live. Because even if it takes a while for you guys to download, even if you guys try it and it takes a couple hours and you can't watch the one from today until tomorrow, if I do it the other way, then it takes, I don't know. The whole thing just is wacky. The whole thing is so controlled. It's frustrating. It's just frustrating control. You know, you're just out there trying to do things, trying to help people see how to feel better, how to improve their life. And then the censorship, confirmation, censorship just wants to, I don't know. And there's a whole thing too on YouTube that they're going all in on, there's more things if you say certain things. And I think that Gator Boy is one. We're not allowed to speak of the devil. Not allowed to speak of him. That will. So I don't know. There's a bunch of things. So, but to me, it's all of the show before the finale. So it's like all these things that have to just keep coming up, and but it's like it's coming up so we know. It's like, so we see all the things. So when it goes, like all the things were covered. Like we had awareness. So then when it goes, it all just falls apart. But it needed all the things to fall apart, even the parts that we didn't know about. Because most of the shit that has gone on was going on right under our noses, but we didn't know anything about it. We didn't know, about just the illegal way that they wrote contracts, and it just always getting us into, they were just always backing us into corners with all of their legalese and all of their language and all of their bullshit. Just keeping us backed in corners, keeping us helpless, hopeless, keeping us subdued, keeping us controlled, keeping us conforming. So anyways, whatever all the different people are saying, I would say something about the burgers. There's definitely more to it. There's more to it that it's even burger. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it just has E. coli. And I think that there's going to be repercussions from the whole thing. There's going to be, I don't know, maybe people getting real sick. Who fucking knows? And the whole thing too with them doing this EBS thing, like so many people are freaking out about that, but it doesn't make sense to me that they would tell us when they were going to, kill us all. Like that doesn't make any sense. They could do it right now. They could just do the thing right now. And to me, it's way more about getting us all to be scared. Like they know that people are awake and they know that what we're paying attention to and what we're talking about. And so if they can keep building up hype, and then we go out and then we build up hype and then we tell everybody, then they get all this panic and stuff. Then there's all that luge or whatever, all that energy that goes out, that stress energy that goes out to feed the population or feed the universe or whatever. So that they have, like, it seems like it's like for that, to tell us, oh, on the 4th, we're going to do that. And then all these people are looking it up about this, looking up about that, like so much shit. And everybody's like, because I still will probably turn off my breaker because I just don't want, I get these loud things in my ear, like all this stuff. I've been able to hear these frequencies since I was a kid, and I feel like they hurt my body. My body is killing me. So I'm going to turn it off just, if there is any, but I think they're sending them out all the time. And then, even though I don't have a smart meter, I had already looked it up and seen all these motherfucking smart meters are sending out the same goddamn frequency. So, and there's a whole thing too on the CIA files, too, that those, the tower, the things that, they called a 5, and then they put that G at the end of it, and then they tell us that it's there for that. No, CIA said what it's really for. You can look it up about. It seems like it's called gray something. But it's there for mind control, because they can control your mind through frequency, and they said, and so they've put out these machines so that they can control the populace through this frequency with these big things everywhere. So that's coming out. And what was I going to say? There was something else I was going to say. Oh my gosh, so much with the education, so much with the teachers saying in the school, a school bus just stopped and dropped all these kids off, not anywhere near their houses, just stopped the bus and just fuck them, and it left the kids. And there's keeps being so much dramas in schools, so much drama on buses. These teachers are saying, something's wrong with the kids. There's something wrong with all of the shit. There's something wrong with everything. This is a reset. We got to reset. We got to see what's working and what's not working. And then we got to reset and use what's working. But the education system, that's a big overhaul. Everything is going to be a giant overhaul. All the corruption is going to go down. And so on the 4th, like, I feel like that they're building up all of this tension and stuff, because they could literally do an emergency broadcast right this very minute and blast us all with this EMF and put us all out of our misery. So I don't know. I think that's a little weird. And then give us weeks building up to this, where everybody keeps talking about it and panicking about it and shit. Like, I think that's going to be a big, I think it all has to do with this energy that we're putting out leading up to it. And they could be trying to get the solar flash to go, for all we know, because they know it's going to be energetic. And maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do anything they can. And but on the 22nd and 23rd, whatever's going to happen, I think that there's going to be things that are going to happen for different people. Like, it's like written in the stars. Some things will happen for some people, but I don't know there's going to be a general big overall, collapse. I hope this is going to be a big part of the collapse of the money, because then once that money thing collapses, it's going to be such a relief for so many people. So many people are stressed about bills and shit like that, even though they're going to be upset, they're going to be mad, they're going to be disappointed, they're going to be outraged that their house has no value, they've been paying, they lost their retirement. Like, people are going to be mad and freaked out. But, try and focus on when you don't have to pay any debt anymore. This is going to be a reset. It's going to be a reevaluation. And things will balance back out. You're not going to lose everything like it's going to feel in the beginning. And then once, but I think that there's going to be, this part where there's going to be some people where it's going to seem like everything goes really good for them. And then another part where people are going to seem like they go into full-on crisis. But the people who go into the crisis, it's the people who are having the good things, it's going to be like the role model to give them hope, to get them out of their crisis, to see that they can move forward too. So it's going to be like a whole thing, I think. But I think that has got to be coming, this switching of the energy, this turning things, and how it all is going to go. Like, it's kind of like a somersault. It's got like different parts, and who knows what the first one is going to be. The chicken or the egg. Is it going to be the people? Is it going to be the money? Is it going to be what? But anyways, to me, it seems that whatever's going to go down is going to just start the domino effect. And there's just so many things. Like, if you live in a bigger city, you need to be getting out of the bigger cities. they're gonna get so much worse. They're just gonna get worse and worse and worse. There's gonna be so much death and mayhem in the bigger cities. And oh, what was the other one? I can't think. I feel weird. I feel so fucking weird. I feel so fucking out of it. Like, I just feel weird. God, I feel weird. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'll come back and talk some more. I just feel like I'm feeling like I'm keep being like lost or something. I don't know. I feel weird. I feel uncomfortable. I feel sore. I feel scattered. I feel like I'm not sleeping right. And, you know, Miss Grumpy Pants over there, she just gets super intense too. Oh my God, yesterday she was running and running. She's running out the door. I was like, this is so strange. What is going on with this, the energy? Is it the energy changing? Is she feeling something? Oh, and when I drove to the store yesterday, I could not fucking believe how many animals were killed on the side of the road. Every time I go out, every road trip I do, it is shocking. There's just more and more and more. I don't know. Are these animals running down looking for something and they're all getting ran over? Is it like, fuck, everything is so weird right now. It's so crazy. It's so scattered and intense. You know, to me, you just got to just keep trying to keep yourself sane. When you feel insane, don't feel like something's wrong with you. I mean, I don't see how you can feel sane in this insane world right now. Everything is so intense and insane. It makes no sense. And it's like this whole switching. Nothing, it isn't going to make sense. We can't make sense of it. It's like everything is, it's just turning. And it's going to flip over. It's going to turn over. So, anyways, I don't even know what today is going to be like. And I hadn't told my mom until yesterday that I wasn't coming, and she'd already gone to the store and got stuff, and now I feel bad about that. And it's like, oh my gosh, should I just go? But and when I checked last, my check hadn't gone in, the Social Security one, because that's what I'm watching too. Every time I see about the Social Security, but I still say that it's just like an automatic thing. It's like an automatic deposit. It isn't, that doesn't mean that it's really real. It's really real money. And then the banks are allowed to, like, I'm telling you, if we could all crash it so quick if we all went in and just went on a crazy shopping spree and made them have to pay all this shit at once. And we made them all have to pay for all this stuff at once because they couldn't even pay for my daughter's airplane tickets. They canceled them. There's going to be more and more cancellations on credit cards, on all these things because they can't pay it. They don't have the money. And, you know, we're going to see more and more holes in their system as this goes, as it plays out. So, but I still say it's close, no matter what, no matter if it doesn't go the 22nd, 23rd, you know, maybe the banks will crash on the 30th. Maybe they'll crash on the 4th. Maybe they're trying to, you know, talk about this EBS because they know they're about to crash. So whatever's going to go, there's certain things that are going to happen. The bank is going to crash. The government's going to crash. The medical is going to crash. The corporation's going to crash. All those things are all going away. They're not a part of the new age. It's not going to be anything like this one. So everything from this one has to crash. So, you know, that's what we're still in this process of. But anyways, I've said that about 200 times, I feel like. So I got to go. I'm driving myself crazy. And maybe I'll come back in a while. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe this one will go on all the way and I'll come back and do a live one. But even when I go on to TikTok and I'm watching, it's just like everything seems uncomfortable. It just seems weird. It seems like these people are just out there just all doing these lip syncing and doing these dances, and it's getting crazier and crazier. There's this one person every 2 motherfucking seconds. A video pops up of them lip syncing. And they're not even good at it. They're not even good at lip syncing. They just put on a filter on their face and then just make faces, and it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm like watching all of these adults act like little kids. And it's like, maybe this is all part of it. This is a part of their awakening and going back to being kids and just having fun being stupid, doing stupid shit. It's just weird how many of them, how many of these, fuck. I don't know. To me, it's like almost like TikTok has turned into Snapchat or something. It's like, why don't you guys all just go on Snapchat and just do this weird shit? Like, why do you need to do it on here? Why do you need a whole video for it? Like, man, things are weird. It's just weird. So weird. And then there keeps being like tons of paranormal stuff, tons of stuff in the sky flying around, there's just so much weird shit. Just whatever. It's got to be getting close. We got to be getting close. That's all I got to say. And then after this finishes downloading, I'll see how the day goes. It seems like it's going to be a long-ass day. 5:03. Ah, fuck. This is God, I want things to just start changing. Fuck. So anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.